Still, this 5-step storytelling technique, and I can guarantee you that you can sell anything to anyone. Stories are a great weapon, sometimes undervalued, to persuade people to do anything. Indeed, no one can imagine that someone is selling you something or is persuading you to do a specific action while telling a story. In this brief video, let me share with you the same 5-step storytelling technique that I always use to sell anything. I want to introduce the Story in a Nutshell by Donald Miller. In his book, Building a Story Brand, he defines a story in this way. Here is nearly every story you see or hear in a nutshell. A character who wants something encounters a problem before they can get it. At the peak of their despair, a guide steps into their lives, gives them a plan, and calls them to action. That action helps them avoid failure and ends in a success. That's really it. What a brief definition of a story. Donald is a genius. You've just got the perfect recipe to create a successful story. Let me go more in depth, starting by the step number 1. So, step number 1, identify obstacles. Without any difficulties to overcome, there is no compelling story. In this first step, you introduce the antagonist, the opponent, the bad character. Every character in the world has problems to fix, as your ideal client has. So, focus on your customers' problems first. Start speaking about obstacles that prevented them from reaching specific results they are looking for. Talk about their frustrations, struggles, feelings, all the emotional situations they are living in. The main goal is to empathize with your target audience. Indeed, once a person feels understood, you have captured their attention and you can guide them through the solution. Your potential customers have to identify themselves with the main character of the story, and this is the exact path that lets you gain persuasion power. Step number 2. The path to the solution. In this section, we introduce the main character, the good one. So, the person who decided to take specific actions in order to fix their problem, that is, the same problem your target audience is living in right now. At the same time, you can introduce the guide. And always remember that customers are not looking for another hero. Clients are looking for a guide who gives them a plan. If heroes in a story could solve their problems by themselves, they would never get into trouble in the first place. So, customers are looking for a defined path that allows them to move from a starting point A to the final point Z with stability, security, and certainty. Step number 3. The impressive results. In this step, talk about the amazing results you got once you have discovered the solution. Your primary goal is to impress your target audience with the outcome you got. At the same time, I want you to be humble. Don't be the super genius capable of doing everything. By doing so, your audience will be scared, and you are not creating empathy at all, okay? So, focus your attention on surprising your audience. Use a humble voice tone and speak about the results that even your audience would like to get thanks to your product or service. Step number 4. The revelation. The main goal of this section is to let your audience live the same emotions that you had lived at that specific moment. You have to highlight the haha moment. When you take the listener to the same emotional journey the main character of the story experienced in the past, listeners identify themselves with the story and you grab their full attention. You are sharing a story that takes people through an emotional experience and you are excited about the new opportunity you are presenting to them. Something happened to you at some point in your life. You had an amazing experience that caused an epiphany. And one important question you have to focus your attention on is this one. What is the difference that made all the difference? What is your secret? What is the epiphany? Now let's move to the final point of the story. Step number 5. Your successful recipe. In this final step, you're going to share your successful recipe. The perfect step-by-step process you have discovered to fix the initial problem. Maybe there is a secret ingredient you have found regarding the solution you want to provide to your audience. How to do that specific thing in your new way. Enjoy yourself to share all about the solution you have discovered, invented, and crafted in the most compelling way. And do not forget that storytelling is 100% related to copywriting. How to persuade people with the written word. I've recorded many videos about copywriting, but I highly recommend watching this following video. 3 copywriting examples for beginners, 3 sales formulas that never fail. You can use these formulas wherever you want, in your ads, email, blog posts, social posts, and so on. Once you have understood these formulas, selling anything is very straightforward. So, watch this video now.